everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do my March favorites. So it's going to consist of a little bit of skincare and lots of makeup. As I've mentioned before, I've been trying to use my products that I do currently have without going out and purchasing a ton of new stuff, because I know everything that comes in the market is kind of similar to last year or similar to last season. So I'm really trying to use up what I have. Not that I'm ever going to use it all up, but try to use it and discover new things within my collection that I haven't touched for a really long time. So I'm going to start off with a few new products that I did purchase, even though I'm contradicting myself. I purchased a couple new products, but nothing too crazy. So I'm going to start off with those today, and then I'll move into the stuff I've kind of refound in my collection that I love again. So first off, I'm going to start with the Glow Kit. So this one is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this one's the one that's called That Glow. So it's a little bit more pinky. And these are all the shades there. So if you do follow me on Instagram, I did put a swatch when I first got this in the mail of all the highlighting shades. So if you want to see that, it is just Cassidy Ray Cooper on Instagram. I will link it down below for you as well. But this is definitely a huge investment, but I do find that because the pans are so big, it's like buying one Becca highlighter when those are like what, $38, $40. This one's $52 here in Canada, so it isn't too bad. It's just a lot of money at one time. So you do get lots of product in the pans. They're beautiful products. They do even work on fair. So when I'm not self-tanned, it works on fair skin types as well, which is great because sometimes the Becca ones, like Champagne Pop, for example, are a little bit too orange, a little bit too dark. So I'll kind of show you two swatches here so you can see this. So Sunburst is on this hand, and then this is Bubbly. So I'll put it on my hand for you kind of to see. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but it's a huge highlight. It's beautiful. It's well worth the $52, and I do love it. The next product that I do have that's new, that I did get at the same time as this Glow Kit when I did do online Sephora order, I did put it on Snapchat as well. This is the new Bite Beauty Lipstick. So I've never tried something as amazing as this. For one, it smells like the Lush cuticle oil, so very citrusy. So I'm not sure if you guys have tried that before, but it smells exactly like that. But it's a beautiful formula, so it's so creamy, smooth to put on, but lasts a really long time as well. It's a beautiful color. I definitely will be purchasing more of these. I do have it in, oh my gosh, Merling. I will link it down below for you guys to check out, but you can kind of see here, it's a very good everyday neutral color. I love it. It's a little bit more on that coral side, but when you put a lip gloss on top of it, it's beautiful. So these are the Amuse Bouche lipsticks. So the brand new ones that did come out, they have tons of shades and tons of colors to choose from as well. So you have a wide range to choose from. This is the one I chose. I know there's lots of others. As well as I did get a 100-point perk, which was this lipstick as well. Let's see. Yeah, so I did get the little guy here. So this is the big one. This is the little guy. Well worth the 100-point perk as well. And I'll show you this one. So this one's a bright pink. And let's see what color. Radish. So this one's a lot easier to say. So this one's Radish. I find that the 100-point perks are so worth it because when do you ever go through a whole lipstick? I never go through a whole lipstick because I have so many. So 100-point perk, I would definitely get that again if it was another perk as well. So again, those are the two colors, but I will link everything down below for you guys to check out. The last new product that I do have for you guys here is the Lee Swatzy Hydra Force Moisturizer. So I did mention this in my current skincare regime that I did post a few posts back, but it's a beautiful moisturizer. I am almost finished it, so I do need to get a new one soon, but it's such an affordable price at $45 that it's not something that's going to break the bank for you to go out and get a new one. As I mentioned in that video, it's a beautiful scent as well. So not something that's overpowering, just a light scent of mandarin. And it's beautiful. I love it. It is also one that I found that once you put on your skincare in the morning, you don't have to wait that 30 minutes for your skincare to kind of to seep in. and to absorb because it seeps in so quickly. You can go right in with your foundation and the rest of your face makeup without it getting bally and peeling off your face. It's a great formula. It isn't super heavy and thick, as well as this one is for normal to dry skin, and it's really nice formula. So it isn't something that's super rich and heavy like a normal to dry moisturizer normally is. It's a lot heavier. This one's a beautiful one. I would definitely recommend it for anyone who's in the market for looking for a moisturizer. It's beautiful. I love it. I love the scent. I love the texture, and I love how hydrating it is. So huge recommendation for the Hydra Force moisturizer. So those are the first 3 products that are in my March favorites. Those are the only 3 that I purchased this month. That's pretty good, actually. I haven't purchased a lot of makeup this month, which is great. So the other ones that I have to show you guys are things that are easily accessible, have been around for a long time, as well as I've had them in my collection for quite a long time. So going into that, I have the High Beam by Benefit. So this is a liquid highlighter. I'll put it on my hand. I'll see if you guys can see it. So you just take it out of here. It's kind of like a nail polish, and it's quite thick. So you can kind of see it's like one big stripe. It is quite thick, but I find this is one where you can really pat it out easily and always add more if you need to. It's a beautiful highlighter. I love it. And you get a lot of product for your dollar. So I think it's $38, $36, and you get a lot of product. You'll never go through all of this. So this is, what is it? 13 milliliters. So you'd never go through this. It's nothing like a liquid highlighter that something like the NARS one where you'd go through it quite quickly. So something like this. I find that I use this more as a primer, so I go through it a lot. With the High Beam, I only put it on the high points of my face, and I don't go through it as often. I do go in with the High Beam first, and then I set my highlight with the Anastasia Glow Kit. So it does add like an extra highlight, which I love, and it's the routine that I've been really going to lately. Okay, so moving on to another highlighter. I did recently talk about this in my highlighting stick little mini series. This is a Smashbox highlighting stick. It's a beautiful color. It's very neutral. Works for everyone. I won't go into too much detail because I did do a full video on it. So I will link that down below as well. But it's a beautiful highlighting stick. I use this the same as I would the High Beam. So I put this first and then I go in with the powder formula just to set that highlighter. So I alternate between the High Beam and then this one here. So it's a huge improvement in highlighter. Makes it stay a lot longer. Definitely something I've been reaching for the month of March. Next product I have here is a weird one. So as I did mention, I've been trying to use up my products in my collection, and I found this guy. I came across 3 of them actually, in all different shades. So this is a perfect one for when I am self-tanned right now. It's the only thing I'm wearing on my face right now, besides like blush and bronzer. But for foundation wise, this is the only thing I'm wearing. It's a powder foundation by Lancome. It's a beautiful product. It's a thick formula, so it's going to cover any blemishes. It's not going to emphasize the pores, but if you are oily, I probably would not recommend this, just because I am a normal skin and my oils kind of peek through a little bit with this. It's a beautiful product, so when you take it off, all your products just kind of in there. I have no clue where I got all these from, but I love them, and it's definitely why I keep trying things in my collection, because I find gems like this. They are pretty dark. There's not one that's going to work for someone who's very fair. I have the lightest shade, and it's translucent, and there's no way it would give you any coverage. This is the second shade, which is what I'm wearing, and it is pretty dark. So the one I'm wearing is Natural Beige 10. I will try and find these and link them down below. I am not sure where to get this. I'm assuming probably Sephora, Nordstrom, something like that will carry this. So I did want to acknowledge a brush as well in my March favorites. So this is the Sigma F35 brush. So I do use this one for the highlighter. I did get the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I think it's A23, A25 brush that goes with the highlighter, but I didn't love it. Found that it didn't pick up the product as much, and I didn't lay it as well on the face. This F35 brush picks up that highlighting product so well, and lays it right onto the skin where you get as much product as you put onto the brush. So for this brush, I do just stick for highlighters. Mostly all my March favorites are highlighting products, just because that's all I've been reaching for in the month of March. But F35 Sigma taper brush is a great brush for highlighter. So next product, the second lip product I do have in my favorites this month is a Buxom lip gloss. So as you can kind of see, the Buxom is already a little bit worn off. It's what I'm wearing today. It's something very neutral, very easy to wear, and especially if I have a dark eye, it's something I go for on my lip. It's a beautiful color. I love it. It looks great on top of the Bite Beauty lipstick as well. And kind of tones down that coralness a little bit and adds a little bit of gloss and pinkiness. This one is in the color Sandy. It is in the one that is plumping. So when you do put it on, you feel a little bit of that burning sensation. But it is something I love about it because I wish I could get some fillers, but I'm trying to refrain. Plus, I don't love needles. So this is my secret little filler without having to get lip filler. So I love this guy. Again, this is Sandy, the Buxom lip glosses. The last few products I have here are my brow routine. I have been switching things up a little bit throughout my brow routine and trying to make them a little bit more dense and not so sparse. So I do have lots of brow hairs, but they are so blonde and so light that I have to fill my eyebrows in every day, or you would never guess I would have any eyebrows. So the first step I go in with is a brow gel. You can put it before, you can put it after, but I do like putting it before just so that it makes your eyebrow hairs kind of more stiff. So when you do go in with your brow product, it doesn't move the brow hairs a lot. It keeps them in that, that shaped area where you put the brow gel. So this one, I have mentioned it before and I am going to mention it again. It's the Essence Brow and Lash Gel. So you can use this on your lashes to keep them in place, to add a little bit more volume, but I only use this on my brow. So it is $2.49. Something that's super affordable. It is purchased from the drugstore, as well as you can purchase it online from essence.com. I will link it down below for you. I do love this a lot more than I like the Anastasia one. I love the spoolie on this. I find that it's smaller. I can get in the eyebrow hairs and really fix them. With the Anastasia one, it was a really fluffy clear brow gel spoolie, so I would find that I wouldn't be able to get in there as much as I can with this one. As well as the Anastasia one is a huge price point. This one's a lot cheaper and just as good. Speaking of Anastasia Beverly Hills, the next two products I have are in my March favorites, but they are something that I haven't used for a while but started up using again. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade. I have it in blonde, as well as I have the brush in 12. So these are the two brow products I have been using recently. So it's the pomade and then the angled brush. The spoolie on this is great as well for blending out that pomade product. So this is the product here. I think I'm going to check out the taupe color as well to see if it's a little bit lighter. This one's a little bit dark. It does match my roots though, because I am trying to grow out my hair to my natural hair color. So it does match my roots quite well, my eyebrows. But I could always go a little bit lighter, possibly. We'll see. This is a product that's really hard to use up as well because there's so much product for one price. So comparing it to the Brow Wiz, that probably lasts me like a month, 3 weeks, something like that, and then I run out of it. That's why I did go to the NYX Brow Wiz instead, just because it lasts me a lot longer as well as it's a lot cheaper. So with something like this, I don't mind spending that much money because it lasts forever. Also with this product, I have had it for quite a few months and it's not dry at all, which is a huge benefit and something I'm really grateful for, that it's not dried out. So I love using these two combinations together. If you are looking to get the brow pomade, I would really suggest getting the brush with it. It's not that huge of an investment, but brushes are always something good to spend your money on. They last forever and they work really, really well together. So if you want a really good shape to your brows and to fill it in really full, then this would be a great option. If you want just a little tiny bit of a fill-in, I wouldn't recommend this just because it is such a thick product. But if you want a full brow, then this is a great option. So the very last favorite of the month of March is a book. So I do have the app Audible. I did start getting it because of Alex Garza, because I do watch her channel and it was a recommendation from her. So I did get that app. And I've read so many books on here. You can kind of see I've read lots of books. I've loved the Mindy Project. I've loved Not That Kind of Girl by Lena Dunham. Something that's kind of motivating that you can listen to in your car or while you're showering, that kind of thing. The one that I didn't like is Yes Please. Just like a little FYI. I didn't love it. I couldn't even finish it because I wasn't into it. I didn't understand it. It wasn't funny. I don't know. I didn't love it. But the one I am loving right now in the month of March it's called Leave Your Mark. It's by Eliza Lynch. Okay, let's see. So it's by Eliza Lynch. It's a beautiful book. So it is something that I find is so inspiring to make you work harder and try harder and do better at your job and your career. So it's something that I'm loving. I started it a long time ago, but there is 21 chapters. So it does take you quite a long time. Well worth the money for Audible. I love it. This book is just unbelievable. I listen to it while I'm getting ready in the morning, and it's so motivating. While you're drinking your coffee in the morning, that kind of thing. I don't know. I just love it. A huge recommendation if you need a little boost, and you're kind of in a rut. That's kind of where I felt like I was, and drained. I felt like I was super drained, and this book kind of is super motivating. Tells her story of how she started at the bottom and moved her way all the way up to the top. So beautiful book. I will link it down below for you guys to check out, and so that you can look for yourself. Again, this is the Audible app, so it is just books that are read to you through your phone. So really convenient. I love it, and it's easy. So now those are all my favorites for the month of March. I did find quite a few misses this month as well. I didn't mention them because I think I'm going to do a whole video on misses. So this year has been flying by already, but I've found a lot of products that just don't work for me, don't work for my skin, and that I'm not loving. So I think I'm going to do a full video on that coming soon, but for right now, those are all my March favorites, beauty and a few skincare. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon.